Yeah. Like black men have, are known to have larger, so therefore the women have bigger holes.
Bitch, if you can't fuck, just say that. If you can't fuck, just say that. Okay? Because that's what this gives. It gives that you have a whack ass pussy game. Okay? It gives that you have the corniest, they can't throw it back ass pussy game. You gotta pick up a whole race and run a negative ad campaign to prop yourself up to say what? Because all I heard was, damn, my pussy's whack at the end of the day. That's what I heard from you. I heard I got some whack ass pussy game and I can't fuck at the end of the day. That's what I heard. And I want you to know that's okay. But to pick up all black women, you gotta pick up the whole race of black women to like prop one pussy up. God damn, that shit sucks. That shit got to suck. You can go and work out your shit, okay? Learn how to throw that shit back, snap at it, okay? But that just lets me know, ain't wrong when you hear a woman talking like, yo, you gotta lose this. I know for a fact, when you lay your head down, you can't throw it back. And you got whack ass pussy at the end of the day. And just to be clear, I want you to know, all of this was you just trying to say that you can't fuck, babe. And I want you to know that's all you had to say.
What this whole situation with Under the Influence and what was said about black women's private parts really reminds me of is a time in secondary school where I was put under a line of questioning by a guy who was asking me, so what color is it? And his whole reasoning for asking me was because he had watched Korn and he was just like, well, I've realized that it's kind of giving like two shades and I just wanted to ask you, what color is it? Because I can't decide, and I think I've decided for myself that I'm just not attracted to it because it just looks disgusting in comparison to, other races. Black bodies, specifically black women bodies, will always be the point of use, abuse, curiosity, interest, research, and comparison within the wider world. So alongside the rightful critiques of calling Esther a pick-me and everything in general to do with Under the Influence, I am also just not surprised that in order to validate her sexual appeal and, her positioning as a woman, she put black women down in order to do so, specifically black women bodies.
Hear me out. Why is it that every time I open this app, someone has something to say about black women? Unprovoked. Like, without any encouragement, without being questioned, without being inquired, you have something to come and say about black women. Can we leave us alone, please? Can we live? Can we exist? Can we breathe? Can we walk the same planet without being judged or criticized for anything that it is that we do? The world would be a better place if you just shut the
I love how black women came together to shut down that crappy men's podcast. We shut them down so bad, baby. Them views is cut, okay? Them followers were drained, okay? I just love when black women, when we come together and we say, are you talking about us? Shut that down. Shut that down. You thought you was gonna key about us and we came and we destroyed? Amen. That's all I ever want. That's all I ever fight for. That's it. For black women to do what we do best. Be the best and shut down the worst. If we could come together on more things like this, we could conquer the world. We could conquer everything. Nobody would be able to try us. Black American women have so much power. Like us alone, we have so much power on the industry, on everything, okay? I wholeheartedly believe if black women came together on most things, we could shut down entire brands, okay, that were racist, that didn't like black women. We could literally shut it down. But we all got to get on one accord, and that's all my page is about, get on one accord. But anyway, shout out to us.
So Under the Influence podcast was talking about how black women are loose down there. Black women have loose flower. Y'all know what a flower is. A girl's flower. Yes, a girl's flower. They were talking about how they're loose. I just have a question to my black girls. Is it true? I'm just like, how is an Asian woman talking about black women's flower being loose? Maybe she's looking at her eyes and she feels insecure about her eyes being so small. So she's like, okay, well, let me pick something that I feel like other women will be insecure about. Or maybe she feels like a lot of black girls nowadays, they're dating Asian men. And maybe they're stealing Asian men due to the looseness of your flower down there, guys. Black women, stay away from Asian men, because if you do not, Asian women will come for y'all and talk about how y'all are not tight down there. You know, the only people that can confirm this are people that are married to black men that are married to Asian women, and Asian men that are married to black women. They're the only people that can confirm this. We cannot confirm this. Even y'all yourself cannot confirm it. Okay? Because y'all can't do anything to your flower. But that's so funny though. Sorry. Dear black women, I'm so sorry, but your flower is loose down there. Go and fix it. The only thing is we don't got a BBL for that. Next.
Well, looky here. I gave my opinion about how black people felt with cultural appropriation when the boba tea thing came out. And I said that Asian people don't really rock with us like that. Like, not all of them, but there's been some experiences where they really don't mess with us, right? And now this creator or podcaster is talking about black women and they moose knuckle. And how their moose knuckles are all big. Like we just got these wall-to-wall vaginas. And in order to make herself look better and to be a pick-me, she's Asian. And I have come to the realization, people talk about black women because we are the topic of interest at any point. People need to hear from the black women. We can't mind our business without being included. There's nothing we do that they don't want to pull us in. Why? Because we make it happen. We are the topic of discussion everywhere. And if you want to become popular, talk about black women. Why? Because no other group of people will get you the same reaction or make you go viral. So I just have come to the point, I would just represent black on black on black on black on black. I will say it till it becomes a curse word. Because at this point, y'all need us. So the conversation ain't gonna end. It's gonna always be what black women doing, even though they minding their business.
Black women, leave the Kung Fu Pandas alone. By Kung Fu Pandas, I'm referring to Meng Ling and her breed, okay, on the Under the Influence podcast. In fact, I agree with them, because last time I checked, or as far as anyone can see, no pun intended, everything is small about them. Their eyes, they literally come in miniature sizes, but their whole appearance is small. So obviously, they're unfortunate cookies are going to have to fit the rest of their miniature lifestyle and their miniature bodies, okay? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like puberty crosses the road each time it sees Asian people, walking in its direction. Kind of like how white women cross the road when they see a black man walking towards them, unless he's an NFL player. Yeah. So everything about them is small. I mean, I feel like that was God's plan. Not only for Asian men's small packages, again, no pun intended, because everything about them, is miniature. was clearly modeled to fit into their supposedly tiny holes. I say supposedly because how are we so sure? I mean, they're known to, sell themselves real cheap to white men who fetishize them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And before anybody says to me, oh, but Moon, you can't call her Meng Ling. We don't know if she's Chinese. That's a good point, and guess what? Neither do I. As far as I know, they all look the same to me. They're like the Minions, right? You can't tell them apart unless they're dressed differently. In fact, oftentimes I can't even tell them apart from their men because they all look like, I don't know, like 15, 17-year-old. I don't know. They all look alike to me. They're like the Minions, right? And also they're everywhere, like the Minions. See, I live in Europe, and if you go to the tourist sites, they're everywhere, right? The white people who they so badly want to fit in with, and they feel like the cheat code is to disrespect black people, and in particular black women, don't really like to see them there unless they want to fuck them. But yeah, they're everywhere, kind of like the Minions. They're like overpopulated and what have you. But yeah, I mean, no, and this is no shade. I'm not, throwing any shots, because God forbid I come on here as the angry black woman bullying the ants of the human race. I mean, let's face it, like ants, they're the tiniest and the most hardworking. See, I can be nice, right? And give credit where it's due. They're so tiny, so minuscule, like miniature little, whatever the hell they are. Now, I don't think they see this from my point of view, because I don't think their eyes are big enough to see things on a grand scale, right? Yeah, I don't be mad at them. Everything about them is small, indeed. Last time I checked, I don't see women of any race risking their lives and their health and going to plastic surgeons' offices trying to look like them. But I do know that most women, including women from their groups, especially in the Western world, model their bodies after black women because they're gods on earth. White women basically do that. So in order to fit in with the Regina Georges, they copy this blackfishing behavior of getting themselves nipped and tucked, literally going to get cut up to have features that we naturally have, but that they weirdly disrespect us for, And granted, some of you will say, but Moon, what about the fox eye trend? Well, I don't see black women participating in that, or, However, I will say that the fox eye surgery does not involve getting eyelids removed. So you see, it's all arguable. That's pretty arguable. It is. Yeah, I mean, that's really what I have to say. I don't disagree with them. They are tiny, And you see, disrespecting black women is, it's like this typical cheat code that they feel that they can utilize in hopes that someday in 2000 and never, the Regina Georges will give them a seat at their table as ordained white folks due to their phenotypical proximity to whiteness, lighter skin, straight hair, and what have you. However, judging by what we recently observed, with the whole affirmative action situation, where, you'd think that these people are, since we're talking about stereotypes, they are sexualizing, hypersexualizing black women, which is another known stereotype against us, or aimed at us. They're stereotyped to be smart. So I'd hope they were at least smart enough not to fall for the trap that their white gods set for them. It seems that their eyes clearly are too small to see that whole affirmative action scheme was really just a plot to essentially have them buried in the very hole that they were used to dig for black students in the Ivy League colleges. So even in terms of smartness, it appears that it doesn't always apply. But you know what, Meng Ling? This is what I really have to say, right, to you and the rest of Jackie Chan's relatives. Jackie Chan, I love Rush Hour, by the way. I love Chris Tucker on Rush Hour. He's amazing. But this is what I have to say. It is so unfortunate that your cookies, like when you look at the case of your cousin, Jeannie Mai, it is so unfortunate how her, what do we call it, hello honey, was not tight enough to keep her first husband, you know, that white man who left her sushi coochie for the mayo coochie. And it sure as hell was not tight enough to keep a black man from making her just another single mother preference, or preferred single mother. Cheers to you and your tight cooch.